Hello humans and pets. Today we are going to be eating Little Caesars.
Little Caesars, something different. Something different.
Well, we've had one of these before.
Yes.
We have. But we're going to be doing something different.
Let's preface this whole thing by saying, again, we're new to this company, but the day after Valentine's Day, they made this promotion that if you bought... they tweeted out that if you bought a pizza within the last week or so
From a different company,
if you direct message them a copy of the receipt, they give you a free extramostbestest pizza.
Yeah. As long as you buy
with the purchase of another pizza. So we decided anyways we wanted to try. The extramostbestest is in our area, and you can tell us if it's different in your area. Leave a comment below. It used to be, I think, $5.99 for the basic pepperoni pizza, and
now
then it was $7.99.
$6.
But at our place, it was $6.99 for the regular pepperoni pizza.
$7 for a large pepperoni, and then it's $8 for an extramostbestest.
Right.
So we have decided today to have both an extramostbestest pizza and the regular pepperoni pizza to see which one
is worth
right.
Is it worth that
saving
extra, right.
or the money?
Used to be $2 difference, now it's $1 difference here. But either way, $7.99. Let me just say for the record, after tax, I think it was $7.49 after tax for two large pizzas.
Well, $7.49 was for just the pepperoni. But thankfully, they give you one
for you can't beat that even just for one pizza. But for two, great. It's phenomenal. That to me is a crazy price.
$7.49 for
it's
pizza.
Crazier than a crazy bread.
Like $7.49. Yeah, crazy bread is crazy though. It's really
Which
good.
one is which?
So this one is going to be the pepperoni.
Okay.
Classic pepperoni.
Classic pepperoni.
And this one is going to be extramostbestest.
All right, so we're going to compare today to the two of them to see. So I'll open up this one. You open up that one. It's sealed for our peace of mind, it says on this one. And we had the extramostbestest pepperoni pizza today. Oh, look at this, Ryan, for the first time ever.
Oh, there is an air bubble.
There's an air bubble. We never see that in these. But it's still a excellent looking pizza so far. That's the extramostbestest. You can see the quality and quantity of pepperoni.
So this one has less pepperoni. Definitely.
And more cheese. Oh, you can't even compare the two.
Yeah.
I mean, to look at this one. So for that extra $1 right now,
you get a lot
so
more
far,
pepperoni.
just in looks,
you get a lot more.
You can't even.
One thing I'd like to compliment on these people,
yes,
is that they do really well at cutting the pizza.
Yeah, usually.
Sometimes you can't grab a pizza without so right. Hopefully it helps.
All right, so let's grab one of each.
Let's grab classic first.
No, we're gonna just try.
We've never had the classic.
We've never had the classic. So. You're right. I'll try this one.
Yeah, you can just pull it off without even touching other pieces. That's great. So here's the classic. It looks like a really good piece of pizza.
I'm going to go back with the same thing I always say to this one. We can refer it back to a previous video. You can actually see the crust on this one.
Yeah.
Domino's, it was like a sliver of things where, but go ahead. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It feels so crunchiest this time. Or is it just me?
No, that's how it normally feels. This is good pizza. Wow.
Should we leave our assessments till the end, or are we just going to go with that?
This is good.
I'm convinced that Little Caesars could fry up a flip-flop, as Guy Fieri would say, and Ryan would be like, "This is the best thing I ever ate," because he's a huge fan of this corporation right now.
I've never had a bad thing from them. I want to try their wings, maybe a future episode, to see if the wings are good enough. And deep dish, we're gonna see. A good piece of pizza.
I've said this about their crust, and this one's actually a thinner crust than what we've been eating, because we've had one of them extramostbestest or something to that, or cheeser. But it's still, it's a little crunchy on the outside. I thought it was going to be hard. It's super soft. And honestly, if you look at the crust on mine right here, you can barely see it's a crust. And to me, that's perfect. Like, your pizza goes right to the edge. You can barely see that there's a crust. There's cheese all the way on it. It's not that big. This one actually has a bigger crust over here, and I might even grab a bubble just to see if it's drier.
I don't think it will be though. It looks like they put stuff on the bubble too.
This is a good pepperoni pizza, but I have numerous bites with no pepperoni on it. I will say that.
Well, that's what you expect from a pepperoni pizza. Now,
But-
the extra most bestest. They have a cheese extra most bestest. I don't know what that means. More cheese, maybe. But this is way more pepperoni. I think it's multiple types of cheese.
I almost want to go for the bubble to see if it's bad, but I'm going to go right here.
Alright, go for the bubble.
You want me to go for the bubble?
I'll go for this piece.
All right, we'll go for the bubble one.
The bubble one. To see if it...
If it makes it dry when I try to crust it.
Now, this is a lot of pepperoni.
Yeah.
It looks like they just missed cheese and it looks like sauce.
Speaking of that, and if you go back to a previous video on sauce, every bite
Has perfect
cheese, sauce, good combination. It's not like
dry,
either one of them
but
where
it's not overpowering.
I didn't get dry off the last one, but you definitely got a lot of sauce and no sauce.
Yeah,
With
the
this,
pizza had the
every
Coke
bite
style.
throughout the whole pizza had a nice sauce taste. They have to butter the crust. It's really good. This one's a nice
No,
sauce.
that most bestest is definitely a
even it's
greasier pizza. Because of the excessive amounts of pepperoni.
As they did. I mean, this is a pepperoni pizza. You can't get a bite.
Now, thanks to Little Caesars being Little Caesars, this was free. With the deal.
I know, and in a lot of places, if they do give you something for free, it's something of equal or lesser value. And we actually bought the regular pepperoni, and they threw in which is $1 more here now.
Yeah.
And I think when we first started this, it was $5.99 for a large. Again, comment below if it is in your area still. It could be just our area that went up $1. And but now the question is, they're both good pizza. I mean, you're not going to beat it for not even counting the price. You know, it's a pepperoni pizza, so even this one has you see a little glimmer of grease on it. But you're going to get that with pepperoni. Pepperoni's greasy. When it cooks, it comes out. And cheese does the same thing. But is it worth $1 more to load it with pizza, the pepperoni, or you're frugal, maybe more frugal than I am sometimes. Do you pay the extra $1? All right, you're living on your own. You're at a college campus. You got $10 to your name. Do you pay the extra $1?
If I had $10, I'm getting the crazy bread. But
that's not the option of the thing. So now you just
the regular pepperoni pizza is really good. It's great cheese. Sauce is delicious. It's not overpowering. The pepperoni, nice. Extra most bestest, tons of pepperoni.
There is. I mean, you can easily see on the video when I'm far away.
Yeah, guess which
the
one.
difference. Yeah, which one has more pepperoni? You know what I mean? It's not even a question on that. They definitely load this up. If for $1 more, I say pay the extra buck. There's so much more pepperoni. If you're not a pepperoni lover, I guess you would just get the cheese one anyways.
But they have a cheese extra most
Then
bestest,
save the $1 one. You know, I just don't eat cheese pizza usually. You know what I mean? Once you grow a certain age, you're like, no, I want something on my pizza. But
And it's the same price for the regular cheese and the regular pepperoni.
which
It's absurd.
right, and they did a whole test. And their theory was maybe they put less cheese with the pepperoni than if they would, but there's no
I can't
bare
notice it.
spots. Both of these, to me, and people, you can comment down below if you just hate Little Caesars, because there are those people out there that hate Little Caesars.
But I'd give them a
For
shot.
$7.99,
That's insane.
you can't beat it. And honestly, like we had the 3 meat one the other day with
Yeah.
$7.99 when we had that. And where are you going to go get a pizza for $7.99 anywhere? With 3 meats on it. In fact, when I looked the other day, our local place, that we used to go to all the time is $14 and change
And,
for a 3 meat.
and Domino's apparently was 21, according to the app.
That you kept saying that. I don't know about
That's
that.
what it
but-
said. I was shocked when I saw it.
Again, 2 decent pizzas. So the whole contest on here was, I guess, would you spend the extra buck?
Would I spend it?
Yeah. I'm eating the doughy part, and as you can see, there is an air
But
bubble
it's
in it.
very buttery.
And even though it's missing the cheese and it's missing the sauce, and this is the first time we've got a Little Caesars that actually had that. It was only 2 pieces out of the whole pie. They coat it with something, and there is cheese on the outside. It doesn't feel. I just, it's those pizzas that I get that have that all big crust, and you're like, all right, I need a dipping sauce or something. You need it. This actually does have a nice buttery flavor.
I want to say, the regular pepperoni, the dough on the bottom of the pizza, not the crust, the dough was a lot thicker. You can taste it more than extramostbestest. That's more like it's like less dough on the bottom, while this is a lot more substantial.
And that might have been just the cook. You know what I mean? The handmade, the way, who's rolling it out. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of who. These do, I'm trying to remember. I guess it didn't have a big crust, except for the one when we got the stuffed crust one.
Yeah,
It was a
they've
little bit
always had
thicker
a
crust.
thinner-
It was a little thicker crust. I'm trying to remember in my head.
I'm glad they do that, because then they spread it across the pizza evenly, rather than having the pizza like Domino's.
I will say both of them, whichever one you get, like you can clearly see on this piece that you're eating right now, the cheese almost goes over the crust.
Yeah.
Like you could show
Let's show
the
you this
crust.
one.
Like
Look
that's
at
the
this
crust.
Can you see that? This is crust.
It's not even crust.
It just looks like more pizza.
Like that one, even more than this one. On this piece, I mean, the cheese is overflowing on the crust, and there's a tiny little crust over here on that one corner. And that's the one thing I will say about this place, even though it's your new favorite, and this is what he wants to eat at all times. And I don't blame him. And for the price, you can't beat it. You know what I mean? You really
definitely
can't.
not.
And we're not even negotiating price, but if it is $1, $2, would I spend the extra money if I was dirt poor? No, I would get the regular one.
Yeah.
I would get the regular one. And like you said, it almost looks cheesier than this one. Even a cheeser, I remember it being like a cheesier pizza. Like that was
cheese.
yeah. But they certainly don't skimp on the pepperoni. Like you can't even see a spot on here that doesn't have a slab of pepperoni on it.
Yeah. Every single bite's gonna have some. This one, you'll
Yeah.
get a cheese bite, you'll get a pepperoni bite, but this is still a decent amount.
No, it's
of
a good.
pepperoni.
It's an average amount of pepperoni because normally that's what a normal pizza, like even at our place, looks like. They're not loading it up anymore. You know what I mean? I mean this one, it's on there.
That's why it's extra. It's most and it's the best.
You're not gonna get a bite without pepperoni and cheese and sauce on it. You know what I mean? That's just, and whatever they do to the crust, they don't have. Like Domino's had like a little garlicky sprinkle or something on it. They don't have that, but they definitely coat it with some kind of a butter liquid, because you can taste it. It's really good. And I agree with you. I think they do the whole. You're gonna double assess.
Yeah, I have
You
to
still
get
haven't
two
figured out
pieces
yet. When you finish both pies, we'll know what you're. So, I guess it's a matter of judgment. Would you pay the extra $2, or in our case, the extra $1 for the extra pepperoni?
I would say yes. I think
Yes, but if you were on a budget, would you take this one? 100%.
Oh
yes.
yeah, this is way better than anything.
I was really thinking that maybe I'd be like, this is subpar because we've never had just a basic one. Because ever since we started coming to this Little Caesars, we've always had their little specialties, whatever they had for
which are only $1, $2 more.
Right.
Which is insane.
We weren't sure if the deal that they had, because it was a Valentine's Day deal, and they sent us a coupon code with for the, because I was going to try to get the deep dish, because we've yet to have a deep dish for neither one of them. And being that we just did and go back and watch, we just did the Detroit style from Pizza Hut. I figured if we stayed with the deep dish theme, but I wasn't sure if if the code. So we'll have to do that. If you want to see that, we'll do that in a future episode. Try their
deep dish.
their deep dish, because I like the thicker crust anyways. But
I'm gonna say definitely if you like pepperoni.
This one,
But I believe they have extramostbestest bestest cheese.
I'm sure. I think they have them both.
It's like Subway's doing the deal double protein for $2 or whatever. But this is better than Subway, and it's $1 for double.
It's $1 for double. Yeah, no, I definitely, I got nothing bad to say about them. No. And I keep wanting to shoot them down because, every time I say, hey, so-and-so's got something new, you want to go there? He's like, no, let's go get Little Caesars. Like, that's his answer to everything. I'm like, we can't just do one place. Like, we need to try somewhere new. But he's fixated on Little Caesars, and I
and
agree
there's
with
a
him.
reason.
Price, even when we went, go back and watch that one too. When we went to Burger King, and I got 3 burgers for $18.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking for actual price, we just got 2 large pizzas that are going to feed us for days, and it was under $8. Yeah, it was like $7.49. And granted, we got the code, but even if we would have bought the 2 of them together,
it would have been $14.
It would have been $14. It
2
still would
large
have been
pizza
less.
is still less than 3 Whoppers.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have cheese on it.
Right.
The Whopper doesn't have cheese.
Yeah.
So it's just a burger.
That's a good pepperoni pizza.
Yeah.
I for those people that say they don't like Little Caesars, I don't know if they changed their taste over the years. In theory, Domino's did a whole commercial on how they revamped their sauce and they use better cheese and quality ingredients.
And it does not taste as quality as
And it wasn't a bad pizza.
No.
I don't want to say it was a bad pizza. But when you ate it side to side, this one really did beat it. And granted, some people were saying, whoa, if you had my local place, probably, maybe the local places are better. Mm-hmm. But we were doing the chain places, and it's a price point. You're talking $7.99 for this one, $6.99 for this one, compared to $10, $12,
$21.
And we would compare. If you do have something you want to see, I mean, we're always up for suggestions.
For now, unless they do something tragic, this is going to be the king.
For you, we still got other places to try, but. I'm opening up, but honestly, when I wanted Domino's to win last time, and it lost miserably because all the stuff all over. This one really did have a better taste,
and even with the air bubbles, they buttered them so much and had cheese on it. Mine had sauce on the air bubbles, so
it was still yeah, and it was only 2 out of the thing pieces, but and again, I don't know, they make it's good, so. My take, in my case, for $1 more, twice the amount of pepperoni, I'm in. I would do it
3 times.
Oh yeah, easily. And then if you're on an extreme budget and if it is $5.99 in your area, would it be worth $2? That would depend on the person.
I enjoy their crust buttered.
Yeah.
Just as much as the pizza, and that's saying something.
And this one today, I baked this on purpose. And it's going to be on who cooks it.
Yeah.
Because the crust the other day had a little more of a rise, and there was no crunch to it at all. It was super soft. But, and I always say, I even say I don't usually like a dry crust that crunches like this, but this right here.
It's not dry, but
it's not dry because it has they must butter the thing. It's actually tastes good by itself.
The entire pizza tastes buttered.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it without getting it soggy or like when you pick it up.
They must.
Because if I pick up a piece, it's gonna stay flat. It's not gonna, droop.
They must drop it down and just go like this over the whole thing. I don't know. It does. It does taste because even the bottom looks like they based it with something. And I don't know if they hit it with a little butter to give it the flavor. And if they do,
maybe
good for them.
Maybe it's just the sauce.
If they don't, whatever it is, it tastes like they do. So they're doing something right at our place.
Maybe it's just their dough. Yeah, because it says the dough is made fresh daily, everywhere. Cheese 100% cheese, actually. It's actual cheese. And the sauce is never from, concentrate.
And Ryan made a comment the other day, because when he did culinary, they said that the dough bubbles because it didn't sit properly. And I always thought it was because they didn't work out the air when they like the people that hand toss it and stuff like that. So I kind of checked on them for my own reference point. But they did say, if you're going to make a dough properly, you're supposed to make the dough and then actually put like oil or butter on it to cure it and actually put it in the fridge for anywhere no less than 24. They actually recommended like 48 to 72 hours.
Yeah,
like let it
that's
sit.
what Google said.
And the longer, that's what Google said. The longer it was actually better, and that's what helps with the air bubbles and to make it like that. And maybe they baste it with the butter when they do it, and that's what gives it the flavor, because it is
something about
tasty.
the pure cheese, the great sauce. The fresh dough, the pepperoni, you know, it could be cut thicker, it could be this, it could be that. It's really good pepperoni.
As you can tell, getting this today did not sway his opinion of Little Caesars. I think
he
just confirmed it. It only confirmed it.
It only made it better.
He is definitely a huge Little Caesars fan.
For now.
In fact, he was almost devastated because I didn't buy him crazy bread this time. When we went.
Yeah, we didn't get the crazy bread.
Because I said, we're getting 2 pizzas, and we just had one yesterday, but... So that's our review today. If there's anything in the future that you would like to see, there's still a few. We had a little quarantine thing that went on, so we missed a couple items that we're going to try to go back and get newer items that came out that we didn't do. But other than that, if there's anything you want to see, or any likes or dislikes, you know, if you did like it, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, you know, please subscribe.
Comment your favorite.
You know,
your third favorite thing from Little Caesars.
Feel free to leave comments. You know, even if it's a negative comment to us, you didn't like something about something we said, or and in your area, for those that aren't in our area, if your Little Caesars is still $5.99 for the basic pizza, I'd be curious to know, because I'm pretty sure when we started this.
And just tell us if you like it or not. Tell us if you like the brand, the company itself. Tell us if you like it. If you had a bad experience, if it was through the roof, if you're sad they removed an item off their menu.
Yeah, because we see all the controversy on everyone wants the pretzel. Wants the pretzel pizza back.
Pretzel crust pizza.
Yeah. I want the bacon crust pizza to come back. I remember seeing ads for that, and sadly that's not around anymore. I'd be okay with that one, you know. And they actually used to do a Detroit style pizza too that I would like to compare to the Pizza Hut one we just had.
Maybe we'll do the deep dish soon. They're known for their deep dish pizza.
We'll definitely. I keep trying to steer them off of other ones, and we'll definitely come back to this one. But again, you can clearly see pepperoni. You know what I mean? And that's the regular one. And again, it used to be $5.99. It was $6.99 on the app today.
Which is still unbelievable.
Still half price. It's still half price.
Yeah.
And this was $6.99.
Some frozen pizzas are going to be more money than this.
Yeah. No, you can. Especially when you get into...
Like if you get the Red Baron.
Not even Red Baron, but like the DiGiorno's. Usually, you can get them on sale every once in a while. But you're up there. You're up on the $7 mark. $6, $7, $8. It's depending on
depending on what toppings.
Even their store-bought ones are usually $6 if you just get like the Shaw's brand or the Walmart brand and stuff. So, you know, for that to get an actual pizza, and I think it tastes for a pepperoni pizza, it's actually really good. I'm actually, as much as I try to steer them off a Little Caesars, I'm kind of excited to try their
I'm excited to try their wings.
So if you've had the pan pizza and you want us to do it, you know, leave a comment. Or if you've had it and you hated it, leave a comment. It doesn't matter. But I know he wants to do the wings, and that's on the list of
things to do. We have a lot of things.
We got a handful of stuff lined up in the future anyway. So again, like and subscribe, and any comment or anything you'd like to see. If there is something you saw at the store or anything,
we'll look into it.
You know, I just got a recommendation the other day from my brother saying that a nugget is so much better somewhere else that we wouldn't even thought of. So maybe we'll try something like that where someone, you know, he gave me the idea, and if I see them, I'm going to definitely get them and try them and see if they are as quality as he said he was. And, you know, so any suggestions, any comments, feel free to leave them, and hope you enjoyed the review.
Yeah.